Previously, I've mentioned how well SuperPivots performs with other indicators and trading methods. And so I'd like to show you an example of this. What I have here is a 20-period price channel and a 20-period exponential moving average. So if you'll notice, we got a low pivot here on this lower price channel band, which resulted in a pretty good run to the upside. Conversely, this pivot formed well off of that lower band. Although we did get a pivot, it wasn't near as strong as the one that occurred on this lower band. Now for this example, I'm using a crude oil chart. You can use any product you want, stocks, forex, futures, any time frame. So let's go ahead and apply the same two indicators on this chart. So we're going to go ahead and insert an analysis technique, moving average exponential. It's a 50, we'll change that to a 20. Hit OK. Next, we'll add the 20-period price channel. Oops. There we go. It's already set to 20, so we'll go OK on that. And that's how you put those two indicators on. And this is just a suggestion. This is something that I use. It may not be something you care to use. So looking at it on a weekly chart, we're getting a warning, a low pivot warning right here. So there's a couple things. Certainly I'd be very hesitant to go short at these levels, knowing that there could be a pivot here. So, in that respect, it's very helpful to keep you from chasing markets. Another thing, a rule I have anyway, is I don't like to go long if price action is below that 20-period moving average. And the reason I'm using a weekly chart, I try to always use a higher time frame chart than what I'm trying to trade. In this case, if you were going to trade daily charts, if that's what you're into, be sure you take a look at the weeklies and see where the trend is, because SuperPivots is a great trend following tool. Counter trend, not so much, and I'll show you that in a minute. So for example, if you want to trade a daily chart and use a lower time frame for entry, currently the daily chart is below the 20-period exponential moving average. So I'd be looking for a high pivot. So, scrolling back, okay, there's your high pivot here, and I'll show you how low pivots perform in a counter trend trade. So we've already established that the daily price bar is below the 20, so I'd be looking to go short. That's just me. Here's a pivot, and you can see the strength was, although we got a pivot, it didn't hold, it was just flat. And let's see if we can find another one here as we scroll along. Here we formed another pivot just now. So this is a low pivot. I don't know if you can tell, but that bar is blue, and that is a low pivot. So watch for the trend, try to trade with the trend. If the trend is up, look for these low pivots. And personally, I use a 30-minute chart. You can use whatever you want. Here's another example using stochastics. Everybody probably knows what stochastics is. So we've got this falling market. Stochastics, the old rule of thumb was, below 20, it's oversold, above 20, it's overbought. So this thing has been oversold since up here somewhere. And if you'd have bought there, you'd have gotten clobbered. So by waiting For the pivot, that acts as a timing tool to enter a trade based on stochastics. The same applies to, RSI, MACD, other indicators. So this is how SuperPivots can enhance what you're currently using. So go to the App Store, take that 15-day free trial, and test it for yourself. It costs nothing. If you decide you want to use SuperPivots as part of your trading arsenal, it's $30 a month. Very minimal cost. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.